We think ancient humans were afraid of predators, cave lions, saber-toothed cats, things with teeth and claws. And yes, those were real. But here's what the evidence actually shows. The things that terrified prehistoric humans the most weren't always the ones trying to eat them. Some of their deepest fears had no claws at all, and some of them you still carry right now. The first real fear was darkness. Not darkness the way you experience it. You've never experienced real darkness. Every night of your life there has been some light somewhere. A street light, a phone screen, a power indicator on a device. True darkness, the kind your ancestors lived in every single night, is something almost no one alive today has ever felt. Before fire, when the sun set, the world went completely black. You could not see your hand in front of your face, and in that darkness, everything that hunted you had an advantage. Cave hyenas hunted in packs of 20 at night. Leopards were built for low light. You were blind, they were not. This is why fire wasn't just a survival tool, it was a psychological lifeline. The campfire didn't just keep predators away, it kept the darkness away, and the darkness was where every fear lived. The second fear was something far more modern than it sounds. Being cast out. In a band of 30 people, exile wasn't a punishment, it was a death sentence. You couldn't hunt alone, you couldn't sleep safely without someone keeping watch. Everything that kept you alive depended on the group. Which meant the fear of losing the group was wired into your ancestors the same way hunger was. That anxiety you feel before speaking in public, the dread of being left out, the way rejection physically hurts. That's not a modern neurosis. That's a 300,000-year-old survival system still running in a world that no longer needs it the same way. The third fear was the one nobody talks about, the unknown. When someone in your band died of no visible cause, something had to have caused it. When lightning struck or the herds disappeared, something was responsible. Because the alternative that the world was random and completely indifferent was the most terrifying thought a human brain could produce. So, prehistoric humans did what human brains do. They found patterns, they assigned causes, they created stories. And those stories became the first religions, the first rituals, the first prayers. Not primitive superstition. Sophisticated psychological technology for managing a fear that had no other solution. And then there was the fear underneath all the other fears. Losing the people you loved. In Shanidar Cave, Iraq, researchers found Neanderthal bodies buried with flowers, deliberately placed. Someone gathered flowers for a person who was gone. Someone stood over a grave and felt something so powerful they needed to mark it with beauty. That's not survival behavior, that's grief. And grief means love. And love means the fear of losing it. For 300,000 years, every human who ever lived has known that the people they care about will one day be gone. And there is no ritual, no prayer, no story powerful enough to make that fully bearable. Because some fears don't have solutions, they just have company. Today, your fears have different shapes, but the ones that run deepest are the same ones that kept your ancestors awake beside a dying fire 50,000 years ago. You are the same animal, in a different dark, hoping the fire holds until morning.